Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bunk and Pick podcast. This is Bunk with...
The Pick.
We got the Pick.
Pick is here.
We're doing a midweeker, Pick. We're doing a midweeker.
Hey, I had to do a midweeker.
You know what? It's too much shit going on. A lot of football. You know what's actually going on? Baseball, my brother.
Oh, yeah.
But we had to do a midweeker. We're going to try and do these midweekers to so you guys don't have to wait so long to hear our expert analysis on all the sports that are happening.
You know what this also does for you?
What's this do? It
gives you one more chance a week to call out Mr. McConaughey.
Oh, boy. He's going to get flooded. I see him on TV. I see him all over the place. He's going to find us. Hey, we got to start this off. Big news out of Oklahoma State.
I know.
Mike Gundy fired.
I didn't think that they would fire him.
I didn't either.
During the season. He's been there for so long, and he's won so much for them that it blew my mind.
20 years. He was there 20 years. Is that the only one longer than him is Ferentz out in Iowa?
Yep, the winningest Big 10 coach of all time after last week.
Yeah, I know. Crazy $15 million buyout. They're going to go ahead and pay him. But you know what? His last when he was last news thing, he knew he was going.
He had to.
Yeah.
He had to know it was over soon, right?
He seemed over it, the whole thing. He's made a ton of money out there. He's done good things out there, but it is time for somebody new to take over. When you get, what did he get beat by Tulsa, I think, or somebody?
Yeah, Tulsa beat him for the first time since 1951.
Yeah, you can't do that. But that's the headline. You only get the headline news here at the Bunk and Pick podcast.
That's the headline. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Damn it, I should have had the sound effect ready for that one. Dang it.
So I will say, I'm surprised they moved mid-year for someone who's been there so long. If I was Gundy, I feel like that's a little bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot going on behind the scenes. I mean, he wasn't going to win any. Let's be honest, they weren't going to win many games this year. I mean, if any more. It's a rough team out there, man. Yeah,
they're not very good.
No, they're not good.
And they're not getting better, which is even worse, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. But the question is, if what he's saying is true, and what he's saying is that they don't have the money to contend with these other teams, then who's going to take that job?
Yeah, didn't they have, wasn't it the oil guy that was like out there, Pickens or somebody that was giving them all the money?
Yeah, T-Boone Pickens, but he passed away.
Oh, okay. I guess I
think once the pass away happened, the money dried up.
they chose not to indulge, I guess. All right, because I knew he was giving them a lot of money. I mean, he was a supporter.
Yes. Huge booster.
It's going to be. You know what? It's an attractive job because it's Big 12, and it'll be one of the mid-major coaches. I'm sure will do fine out there.
So, are there any names that pop into your head right away? For that job?
I don't have any, and I was trying to do a little G2 on that, and I didn't see any rumors, or it's so early in the season though. It's rough, man.
So I do know this. 2 years ago, they were pursuing Jeff Traylor from UTSA.
Could be.
And they decided to keep Gundy instead.
Okay.
If that is the case, if I was Jeff Traylor, why would I leave UTSA, where they gave him a pretty good pay bump for where he's at, and the expectation is once every 5 years being competitive.
They're gonna have to pony up some money. I mean, that's the bottom line. To get somebody, I think Gundy had actually taken a pay cut. I think he was like making like $1 million. I don't know. He's made so much money out there. I'm sure money's not an object, for him. Plus, he's getting $15 million to leave. But they're gonna have to put some money into that program. That's always been a top. Yeah, it's always been one of the top programs in the country, and it's fallen off the cliff. It was 3-9 last year, I think. 1-2 this year. I mean, they got a lot of work to do out there.
I think an interesting name to keep an eye on for that job would be G.J. Kenny out of Texas State. He has turned around a just atrocious program.
I think those are the kind of coaches I think that they're going to target. I mean, I could be wrong. There could be a bigger name. I mean, like I said, it's not a no-name school, but
but if it's a bigger name and Virginia Tech's on the table and UCLA is on the table, it's more desirable than Oakland's.
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially when Pickens isn't around. Shit.
I know.
The Pickler.
Yeah, but you got to think that most of those boosters will pony up once Gundy's gone.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
As far as what I have seen, some of the names I have seen are those two, right? You see Jeff Traylor just because there's a connection there already. I think G.J. Kinney, there's a lot of feeling that he could turn that around. Colin Klein could be an interesting name out there. You're starting to see that small link. Eric Morris out of North Texas, who's turned around a really bad North Texas team.
But you know what? They're 4-0, I think.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. And then the other name I saw out there was Ben Arbuckle, but he's so young. I mean, he's 29 years old.
Yeah.
He's
not a head coach yet.
No, he's still learning. This first time being a coordinator at the Power 5 level is this year. So, and let's be honest, John Mateer is making that team.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the names I've seen floated out there, but honestly, I think it's the two big candidates for me are Jeff Traylor and G.J. Kinney.
And it's so early. Other coaches are going to get fired. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. Or at the end of the season, some of the bigger school. I mean, Dabo's still at Clemson after this year. I mean, that would be huge. I mean, that would be a great. It's a great job. He seems to be a little fed up with everything, and they probably feel the same way, to be honest. He's not an NIL guy. He's just doesn't want to play.
If that's the case, could you see somebody like Napier, or if Dabo does leave, them taking the Oklahoma State job?
No, honestly, maybe Napier, but I think Dabo would get a bigger job. I think somebody would. In all honesty, I think somebody would, for a team that's had more expectations. I think they would get rid of their coach to hire Dabo. He is a good coach, but he's got to play the NIL game. He's just getting killed out there with that. I mean, it just doesn't work, obviously. So, anyway, yeah.
And we have 5 open FBS jobs right now, with the expectation of at least a few more.
Oh, there's going to be. We talked Michigan, possibly. I mean, that'd be a huge job for somebody.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. Although
Florida's a massive job.
Florida's a massive job, and
you cannot hold on to Napier.
Napier's gone. I mean, they may keep him through the season, but he's not gone. Leaving.
And wherever he goes, you feel like you're going to lose your quarterback, the Florida quarterback, because it feels like Lagway is committed to Napier, not Florida.
Well, that may be the problem, though. Lagway should be having a better season.
God, he's the past 2 games,
not
7 interceptions.
Not good, man. He's not looking good. And but I think the Florida team in general is just. Well, I guess we'll find out. Texas plays them in a couple weeks, so I think we'll really kind of see if they're for real or not. But anyway, big news.
Yep, big news. Well, we could segue that into maybe some recap of college football.
Yeah, let's do it.
Indiana, man.
Holy crap! I got to be honest.
Give them their flowers.
That was a.
I
was shocked. I did not expect that. Now I think they're building their quarterback up a little more than he maybe is. It's early, but I got to tell you, they absolutely destroyed Illinois, and
their offense was on fire. But what was more impressive was them stopping Illinois.
Yeah, that was very unexpected. That was going to be the big game of the week, and that just turned into 63-10. That's friggin' amazing.
It was wild. That was a crazy, crazy game.
But is Indiana? I mean, okay, that was Illinois. We don't really, we didn't really know about either of them. Then they go into the Big Ten, and they got big games coming up. So I guess we'll see. Maybe they're for real. I didn't think they were going to be, but damn.
Yeah, there are 2 big games on their schedule. You have Oregon and Penn State left.
Yeah.
Other than that, Iowa still needs to find offense. So you feel like if Signetti turns that into a boat race, it's over.
Yeah.
But it's at Iowa. It's at Iowa.
But I was, that'll be a good one. That'll be to see if they're the real deal on defense or not.
Right. Maryland's another tough game for them, but then Penn State.
Yeah.
That's a tough game. Wisconsin might not have a coach either.
No, God,
they get there.
No, they're not good. Not good at all.
I mean, Fickle might be gone.
Yeah, they were trying to get rid of him. The fans were. The Fickler, I think, is gone. He just can't. I mean, they're just not good. I mean, they're not going to win a lot of games, so they're not going to get better with him there. So it might be time. No. Let's see. The other, of course, Miami, like we already talked about, beat up on Florida pretty good. Florida kind of hung for a little bit. It was, 13-7, and then Miami took off in the fourth quarter. Florida does have a decent defense, but they just have no offense at all, man. They're poor.
Yeah.
Very poor.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And it comes down to their quarterback, and their quarterback is not good.
Which is amazing. That's just, I really, God, I don't know what happened. He's just not playing well at all.
I was watching the game, and it blew my mind that all Miami did was just put 7 in the box and play man coverage, and he still couldn't hit receivers.
No, he couldn't.
They played man coverage the whole game.
He's overthrown them. It's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But I mean, do they stick with him? I mean, do they stick with Lagway? I mean, at some point, we talked about that with Arch, but I mean, Arch kind of came up. But yeah, Lagway's getting a lot of money.
$4 million a year.
Yeah, I saw the list of all those guys making all that money. Guys make more. Dang, they make more than I thought. I got to be honest.
It's projected amounts, so we don't actually know.
But I'm sure they're close.
But the reason Lagway went there was because of that money.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. He looks to have the talent. He just isn't doing. I don't know what's going on with him. It doesn't look good.
Do you think it's pressure?
I don't. How can it be pressure? I mean, I don't know. He's just missing guy. I don't understand. I can understand like going to the game. We all played sports. You might be nervous once the game starts. You're not nervous.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's gone.
The nerves are gone.
Yeah. It's just you're trying to. You're playing, and he's just not playing good. He's whatever reason. Yeah, that was disappointing. Hey, your Oregon team beat Oregon State 41-7.
They crushed them.
Yeah,
Oregon State is
0-4. They're not good. That was kind of expected. Bad. I was just going down the list here. Florida State, of course, destroyed Kent State, which
bad.
Texas had a great game against Sam Houston. I thought Arch did much better. Team looked a lot better.
Footwork looked better, right?
He
was stepping into throws,
and he wasn't doing the sidearm weird, stupid crap. He looked much better. Hopefully, that gave him confidence going into the Florida game.
Because at Florida with that Florida defense, that's a pretty big test for Arch.
It is,
honestly. There's a lot on that defense that you can like for Florida. And there's a lot on that defense that keeps them in games. Problem is their offense is.
That's right. But if Lagway starts clicking, although Texas has a really, really good defense, so I mean I think they're gonna save anything that on the offensive side Texas doesn't do. But I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be close. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. But was happy to see Arch actually seemed to be playing a lot more relaxed and didn't have any of the weird crap going on that he's had for a while.
Yeah, I think maybe he just needed to take that first hit or something. He just kind of got into rhythm. He got into a rhythm, and once he got into that rhythm and finding Ryan Wingo finally, that's huge.
But he didn't hold the ball either, right? He like on the quick throws, he made the quick throws. He made a read and he threw it, and he wasn't like looking guys off 3 and 4. I mean, he played well. So, let's hope that happens, into the future here.
Right. So I know just one more thing on the Texas for me. I know that everybody's giving crap to Texas. One stat to understand, over the last 3 games, Texas has played 87 different players.
Oh, interesting.
They have also came out and said this week they've been holding back plays for the SEC. They've been keeping it very vanilla on the playbook.
Oh, good. Okay, I didn't see that.
They're going to come back and be the healthiest they've been all year, supposedly, coming to this, which tells me you're going to get back CJ Baxter and Trey Wisner at running back.
Yeah.
That is massive.
Yep.
Massive. The offensive line, the 2 guys that were down last week are supposed to be back this week, which is massive.
We'll
big. See.
That's big. The offensive line is going to be big.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I hadn't seen that, but that has to make you feel better because they've been playing well, with the guys they've had, and I didn't realize they were running guys in and out. So nice. That's good.
Yep.
I like to see that.
So yeah, 87. I mean, to the point of Sarkisian's walk-on son was on the field. This on the end of the game, you've got I thought was 4th string quarterback coming in before your 3rd string. So that was surprising to me to not see Trey Owens come in, and see KJ Lacey, the true freshman, come in, which kind of tells me that I think Trey Owens is probably not going to play any games, just gain red shirt, and move on.
Yeah.
With their recruit, I think they've just out recruited him at this point. So that was surprising to me to see KJ Lacey come in and get a couple snaps, but it was good, right?
Yeah.
True freshman. Man, he's small. I don't know if you saw him.
I did. It kind of got out of hand, so I kind of moved to another game, but I didn't see him in there.
He's like 5'9", maybe.
Oh, wow.
6 foot. Yeah.
Okay.
So much difference than but he was accurate, and the ball zipped, and there was a guy that broke records for passing yards in Alabama. So
nice.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
I like it. We'll be looking forward to. I think they have a bye this coming week, and then they're at Florida in 2 weeks. Yeah. How about that Oklahoma Auburn game? I gotta say Auburn's actually a better team than I thought. They have a pretty good defense. Yeah, no.
Who said that at the beginning of the year?
He did. They actually look good. That? They look good. They could have won that. They could have won that game.
They should have won that game.
They should have won. Oklahoma looks good though too, man. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
They are. I think it's going to come down to, will Brent Venables get in his own way? Kind of like what we talk about with James Franklin at Penn State. Because I feel like Oklahoma has the team.
Yeah.
Man, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good, yeah.
Jaden Ott, the running back transfer from Cal, is good. Their offensive line, if they get healthy, is good. So we'll see. Auburn's defense is the real deal.
Auburn was I was in, the one thing Auburn couldn't do was really run the ball.
Right.
And that hurt him. I mean, Arnold he couldn't. I mean, he just couldn't. They were shutting him down. But it was a great game. It was a fun game to watch. And then they had what they talking about, the illegal trick play thing.
It was actually an illegal play.
It was an illegal play. Yeah.
Those refs got fined.
It was definitely an illegal play. It's kind of sad that it could have, maybe turned the game because it was only a 7-point game and that was a touchdown play.
Right. So what do you like? If you are Auburn, you have to be just bitching and moaning so much about that, because it was a 7-point game and that was a 7-point play.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like, what SEC's not going to do anything about it, but like, if you feel like something should happen.
Yeah, you can't. There's nothing and the bad part is there's nothing. The score is the score. You can't do anything about it.
That sucks. That sucks for Auburn.
It does suck. But I will say Auburn has a really good team, and they're going to do really well. It's going to be a good. That Auburn-Alabama game this year is going to be a good one.
Huge. I mean, they've got a pretty favorable schedule. Maybe not. I just clicked on it. Never mind. It's a horrible schedule. They're going through the gauntlet. They've got A&M, which looks really good again. Georgia, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mercer, and then Alabama. That's a brutal schedule.
But I will say I think they're a top team. So I don't, they if they can get through that, they deserve to be wherever they end up. So they're a good team.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a really good game.
Speaking of that, just real quick, there was a other breaking news, sad news. So I'll bring this up now. Former Auburn running back actually passed away.
I saw
Rudy
that.
Johnson.
I was 45 years old. They didn't say what
45
happened.
years old.
I
Rudy
do.
Johnson.
I remember him playing for the Bengals. Actually,
Yep. He was good for the Bengals.
He was a great runner. I don't obviously don't have any specifics on what happened, but only 45 years old. That's sad.
Hey, at that age, for a former player, you think brain injuries for a running back. You hope for the best, but you hope it's not the worst.
Yeah, I don't. He's just too young for. I don't know. I don't know that, but I do remember him playing. I remember him playing more for the Bengals than I did probably in college. But
yeah, he would run with. He was there with Carson Palmer, wasn't he? When they had that run,
it might have been the same time. Yeah, yeah. Good player.
That was a good time. Yeah.
I was just going to go. Of course, Ole Miss stomped on Tulane. Greg, Big G.
I picked Tulane too. I didn't pick Tulane to win this game, but I picked Tulane to be the group of 5. I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Yeah, they got whooped pretty good with the second string quarterback at Mississippi, who played really well, but still.
Who, Trinidad? Man, he was good. Holy crap, he's fast.
Yeah. So that
could be a problem.
That's Ole Miss they're 4-0. They're going to cause some problems. Tennessee, of course, romped. How about this one? Texas Tech and Utah. Holy crap, man!
Texas Tech is the best team in the Big 12.
For me, they came out of nowhere, and I really, really thought Utah was going to win this. Utah defense held for 3 quarters, and then it was done. I mean, they got just crushed in the fourth quarter. But wow.
And Hammond, the backup quarterback, who was from Hutto, our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
My God, he's good. Like, he might push Baron Morton for the starting job moving forward.
That's Texas Tech's a good team. I was surprised.
What was more impressive, their offense explosion there in the fourth, or how good that defense was the whole game?
I think the defense, they just shut Utah down. I mean, offense, it was a defensive battle for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But then they just crushed them at the end. That was surprised. Yeah.
You feel pretty good about Texas Tech moving forward. They don't have a ton. I mean, the next top 25 game they have on the schedule as of now, and say what you want about the rankings, but BYU, they've got Arizona State, who we've seen as gettable. Kansas, I'm not sure about Kansas yet. Oklahoma State's terrible without a coach.
Yeah.
Kansas State is really bad.
They are. Yeah, they're not good this year.
UCF is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia. So BYU is it.
Yeah, I think Texas Tech could run the table here. I mean, but I will say they are good. I mean, that was impressive. That was an impressive game.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. I mean, we're not going to hear a ton about them because they're not playing very many big teams moving forward, but we'll see. The next one on my list is that Georgia Tech Temple game, but Georgia Tech, man, they won. That was an ugly game for them. Yeah,
and Temple's not a great team. I don't know about Georgia Tech. They're. I mean, Haynes King, he played okay, but they're winning. I mean, they're 4-0.
Yeah, I still feel good about my pick. I still feel good about my pick of them going to the ACC championship because the only other 2 teams that I can see perceivably better than them are Florida State and Miami, and they have to play each other.
Yeah.
And I don't think Georgia Tech doesn't have either of those teams on the schedule.
Oh, okay. Well, then they definitely are better than the rest of those teams. Interesting. Right. That's an interesting that they don't have to play those guys.
Yep. They beat Clemson, which is a big game.
Yep.
And they have Georgia at the end of the year in rivalry week.
That might be a good game.
I think that will be a good game. I think Georgia's defense is unbelievable again.
No, we're going to find out this weekend. They play Alabama.
Their defense is the real deal.
They are. They always have
Their
a good
defense
defense.
is good.
Every year they have a good D, though.
That's going to be a big game, and I know we'll preview that later
Yeah.
in the week on our next one, but my God, that's going to be a huge game.
How about Vandy hanging 70 on Georgia State? Vanderbilt looks good.
They do look good, but who have they played?
Well, they haven't played anybody, but they're absolutely destroying the teams that they should destroy.
I'll take that back. They played South Carolina. They destroyed South Carolina.
They
But
did.
we're seeing a pretty bad South Carolina.
They are. But Vandy, I'll put it this way. They're going to cause trouble, I think, in the SEC. They're obviously not going undefeated, but
no, they've got a murderer's row coming up.
They do.
They have 4-game stretch of Alabama, LSU, Missouri, and Texas.
But I mean, I'm just telling you, you have to prepare for them, though. In the past, you didn't have to. You definitely have to prepare. And Pavia can pull. He's like a little magician out there, man. He can play. He can make plays. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
I laugh because he's the type of player that I know you hate.
I actually don't, though.
I know.
Surprisingly.
In our past.
In our past, yeah. I wouldn't have liked him. But I kind of respect him. He's doing what he needs to do.
It's good.
The next one, Michigan, Nebraska. Nebraska blew that one. They should have won that game.
Nebraska should have won that game. Michigan should not be ranked.
They should not be ranked. They're not very good, and Nebraska just can't win the games that they should win. They should have won that game, and they just can't win them, unfortunately, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else to say. I watched the game. Good game. Nebraska just can't make the plays when they need to. So
they're still in it. Nebraska's still in it.
They're in it.
They got a tough couple games down the stretch.
They are.
We'll
Michigan's not going to. They're going to lose some games. They just don't look that good to me.
I know, but my God, if they are bad and beat Ohio State again this year,
oh, it'd be awesome.
Dear Lord, the hell that Ryan Day would hear from that.
He would, particularly this year, because I think everybody knows Michigan's not up to their normal standards.
No.
It'd be a good one. And then your Missouri barely beat South Carolina.
Did enough. What a weird scoreline. 0 points in the first, then 12 points, 6 points, 11
points. I know.
So what a weird stat line there. 1 by 9. You don't see that in football either.
Yeah, it was weird.
I thought that would be a lot higher scoring game. But to Missouri's credit, they bowed up on defense and won that game.
Yeah, they and Lenore Sellers he's a good quarterback, threw for 300 yards. But South Carolina's gonna have a tough time, man. I was on their bandwagon, but I think they're gonna have a tough time.
Right.
Sadly.
Does their coach take off to Virginia Tech?
No, we talked to. He's not leaving there. He's not going there. He's not gonna follow his dad.
All right, Notre Dame at Purdue rectified.
Hey, Notre Dame
losses there.
Woo! And
does
close.
Notre Dame still make the playoff?
I'm going to say, boy, they still have USC to play. We talked about this last week. They have a couple games. I don't think they make the playoffs this year, and I'm a Notre Dame fan. But I think if they were 2-1 right now, and then maybe lost a game later, I think maybe. But being 1-2, they're gonna win their games. But I think they still have another loss coming up somewhere in the schedule, and 3 losses ain't gonna make it.
No, and I think them not having a conference championship game hurts them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Quite a bit.
I agree, and let's be honest, Purdue's put 30 up, so that's not great either. And it wasn't junk time. They only got 7 in the fourth quarter, so.
Yep. There was question this week. Freeman was asked, "Are you going to take over play calling for the defense again?" He said no.
He said no. Yeah, but
you're already hearing that. That's not good.
Yeah, 30 points is a lot to give up to not a great Purdue team. Yeah. And then I did stay up and watch a little bit of the USC Michigan State game. I watched it when it was still fairly close, and then USC pulled away. But Michigan State's they're better than they've been, but they're still not a very good team. I don't think
They have the right coach there, though.
they're getting better. They're definitely better. I mean, they've been off the radar for a few years. I mean, they're sitting at 3-1. They're a better team than they've been. They'll win some games, but USC look pretty good. I'm not a buyer yet on USC though.
I'm interested to see what Jonathan Smith does after this year. If one of those bigger jobs calls him, I mean, Michigan State's not a small job.
No, it's a big school, big job.
It's a big job, but Jonathan Taylor is a Southwest guy. If he could go to UCLA and try to turn that program like he's doing in Michigan State right now, where he's good at recruiting.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that is. I wonder if he moves. I could see him taking off.
It's possible because I think UCLA opens the old checkbook up. They have a lot of. Let's just be honest. Look at the past players, the donors, there's a lot of money out there, and I think they've been losing too long. I think they're gonna pony up on the money this time because you can't. I mean, they've been bad for a while now, and they've been off the national scene. So
they have.
They will get a top coach out there.
I mean, Tucker took them to one playoff, but they got throttled in that game, and ever since that, it's been. But his philosophy was always transfer portal. He'd fill his whole team with transfer portal, and we're seeing that doesn't work.
No.
I mean, it just doesn't. You supplement with transfer portal, right? So We'll see. USC is pretty good.
They are pretty good, but it's hard to. They haven't really played anybody, so it's kind of hard to tell.
We'll see this week. They play Illinois.
I guess we will see. We'll see if Illinois is as bad as that last game, or if they're better than that. I think they're better than what they showed. It'll be fun.
All right, Bunk. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
What's your one big takeaway from this weekend about college football?
One big takeaway. Oh man. That's a hard one. I watched a lot of college football. I think you're starting to see some separation on the teams that are going to be in contention, and then maybe some that are not. And I'm looking way down the road. A lot of these teams are going to have great winning records, but I mean, I'm talking about in the playoffs. I think you're starting to see some of the cream rise to the top, and then I think there's just other teams that I'm going to keep picking on Florida, but Florida's just 1-3. They just don't even look like they want to be out there anymore. So my biggest thing, I think you're starting to see the power teams kind of taking off, and then they're going to start fighting each other, when they start playing each other, and those will be battles. But I think it's pretty clear, some of the top teams. I will say, we talked about this before, the friggin' rankings are friggin' ridiculous, because you got a team like Texas wins 55-0 and drops in the rankings. You got teams, not just them, other teams too. So the rankings, until we get an actual, college football playoff ranking, are just a friggin' joke.
Right, but you know how I feel about that. The committee's going to use the rankings that are already in place to base a lot of their shit off.
I know they are, but you can't. How can teams win big and drop? And it just, I don't know. That's frustrating. It's really gross to see. But I think the better teams are starting to pull ahead. There's some great teams we'll talk about more when we do ours on Friday. There's some good matchups coming up this weekend, though.
We're going to see a lot this weekend.
Yeah, I agree.
There's going to be even more separation.
Yep.
My big takeaway, colleges are not afraid to move on from coaches earlier.
No, I will say that it is. Virginia Tech was, after 2 games?
2 games.
And then
UCLA 2.
UCLA too. I will say this about UCLA. That was, in my opinion, I get it that they're poor. They're not going to win any other games, though. You might as well just stay with the one dude you got, keep some continuity, and then do it at the end. There was no need to fire him. I'm going to tell you, unless, who knows what goes on in the back rooms, but no reason to fire him at this point on a team that's just literally that bad. I mean, it's just stupid to me. But
I was
get
surprised. I've been surprised that I mean, we're seeing teams just move on from coaches. I mean, Gundy was there for over 20 years. Like he
Yeah.
made history. He kind of put Oklahoma State on the map a bit. Boom, goodbye.
And you're not, it's too early. You're not hiring anybody. There's nobody, everybody's in season. So it's not
Right.
like, not like you're trying to get a leg up on hiring anybody. It's just, I agree with you that these are, I mean, come on, 2 and 3 games. That's just friggin' ridiculous. I mean, that's
And they're
just,
not small jobs.
no,
either.
no, they're
UCLA is
not.
a big job.
They're not. And I bet we see more. We're going to see some more, I think, as we move along. I think Florida's, they lose to Texas. It could be a for Napier too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. All right, Bunk, let's move over to the National Football League.
Let's go. How about that game last night? Did you
Great
watch
game.
that? Lions
Great
and
game.
Ravens. I got to tell you, the Lions physically beat them up. Holy crap. Which is, I'm not a Ravens fan, but Ravens are always a very, very physical team. And to have 2 90-plus yard drives is, and most of it on the ground, is just crazy against the Ravens.
Does Derrick Henry have a fumbling problem?
Man, 3 games in a row. Holy smokes.
Yesterday it got punched out though. That was like the perfect Hutchinson. That was perfect angle. I don't know if you can blame Henry for that one. I mean, he's supposed to hold it, but
it's got to hold it. But I mean, just in really bad situations though. 2 in the fourth quarter now he's had. That was even though they only got a field goal off that was a backbreaker, man.
Yeah, because that field goal, when they scored the next touchdown, made it to where the field goal ain't doing anything for you.
That's right. But I think they had 7 sacks on Jackson, which is pretty crazy considering he can scramble. I don't know, man. They just the Ravens didn't look that great, and they didn't even run Derrick Henry that much, which I was surprised at.
No, they didn't. I think he started fumbling, and they were like, man, you know what? I saw Hill came in for him quite a bit more than normal. And that Lions defense clicked yesterday.
I think the Lions, you know what? They started off the season, they got beat by the Packers, and they didn't look good, but they look exactly the way we all thought they were going to the last 2 weeks. They're a good team. And Jared Goff, man, yeah, I've always liked him, and I thought LA kind of screwed him when they, even though he was successful and they got rid of him and all that. But it's good for him. It was better for him. But that guy can make the throws. Holy smokes. He makes great throws out there. Fourth down over the shoulder. Holy crap. That was a great throw out there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and the play calling was so off. That the double pitch yesterday for
that was awesome, wasn't it?
Like the play calling was on point.
Oh man, it was a fun game to watch. It was a good game, and the Ravens you have to be up a couple scores. They're really never out of the game. And that was good. I enjoyed watching that one. How about the news of the day? Looks like the Giants are benching Wilson and going with Jackson Dart.
As a fair weather Giants fan, you are.
You know what? My Cowboys are horrible. So I might have to go back.
You just said my Cowboys.
I might have to go back to the Giants, man. Holy crap!
My Cowboys.
Yeah, because I picked them. I was on the bandwagon for 3 weeks, but I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, you got to 0-3. They're trying to save their jobs there, and honestly, you have to throw that kid in at this point. It's not going to get any better. I mean,
and the Chiefs did not look good either. It's not like they were blowing them out.
No,
that game was in front of the Giants.
Yeah, and
they just couldn't get out of their own way.
Russell. I think Russell Wilson I think it's time. Now I did see that he might be trade bait. Now maybe somebody wants to pick him up. I mean, yeah. Well, we say that, but there's a lot of quarterbacks hurt, man. He is a veteran.
There is.
He just doesn't have a lot in the tank anymore, I don't think. I think he's, it's probably time for him to kind of hang it up. He's had a good career and stuff, but he's not going out well at all the last 3 years. So it isn't a good way to go. So I think it's the right thing to start Jackson Dart. I mean, I don't know that he's going to give him any wins, but I think at least he has a little more excitement. He can move around. He's some hope. You got to give them some hope. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
I
All right,
like it.
next matchup we just saw. Man, 49ers are 3-0. They beat a good Cardinals team.
They are. But they got a lot of injuries, man. And then they lost Boza now for the year.
Yep, they did lose Boza for the year, but if they get people back and they're winning, that's a look out for that team.
Yeah, I think the fact that they are winning with guys hurt, I mean, when they get their guys back that are going to come back, I think they're going to be right there at the end. I think they have a good coach too. I like their coach out there. He's a good coach, and the Cardinals are not a bad team. They're, but I think they're kind of like they always do. They let's be honest. They had all their guys. They probably should have won that game, but they just can't make the plays either when they need to. They look okay, and they're going to win some games, but I kind of predicted. I thought they'd be in the playoffs. I don't know if I see that anymore.
Yeah, I could see the Niners. If they hold what they have and they start, they're going to be a problem for a couple teams in that division.
Oh, I agree. Hey, how about the Browns? Holy shit, they beat the Packers. I actually, you know what, Pick? I actually, sadly, we have the thing where we can watch all the games. So I was flipping around.
It too.
I actually was watching the game even when it was only like 10-0, because I was really shocked it was only 10-0. And then I saw like 10-3, and then I was like flipping off, and I kept seeing the score. I was like, holy crap, it's all right. They're 10-10. And then they get the block, and the next thing I know, they beat them. And I was like, that's...
Flacco, man. Flacco was so accurate. He threw for like barely any yards.
Yep.
But my God, that dude is accurate. He threw for 142 yards.
Yeah,
but he put them in position.
He does. And that's a situation where you don't bring any of those young guys in. He's calm because he can just sit in the pocket calmly. He's seen this stuff a million times. You bring a younger guy in, I think they start getting happy feet and jumping around, and he doesn't, man. He just, he's the same guy every single series, and that's what they need. They have a really good defense, and if they can actually score some points, they probably have a decent season. I don't think, But
the X factor of that game, though, was the rookie Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, it was.
He was running people over,
and he's only been in camp for a couple. He's a late signee.
Weeks.
Yeah, so he's going to get better.
God, he could be very good.
I think he's going to be good, but I think the big story this week was all the blocked field goals.
Oh man, two of them were returned for touchdowns, weren't they?
The Jets returned one.
Turned in, yeah.
How about?
Oh my God!
Did you see
Aaron Glenn?
Glenn was dancing. Did you see his dance on the sideline? All right, that was pretty good.
That's some good moves. But he turned around and
then they got
shit on. So
that was pretty good, man.
And then Baker Mayfield told them to shove it and beat them.
I gotta tell you, you cannot bet against Baker Mayfield. I'm telling you, if there's time, I think it used to be Mahomes, right? If there's time left, and then even the Ravens and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, man, if you got like less than 2 minutes, I want Baker Mayfield back there. That dude makes stuff happen. If
they keep going that way, you could potentially be seeing Baker Mayfield as the MVP this year.
You can. He's done. I think all 3 games he's had to bring him back. It's just amazing, man.
He just wins.
He does
ways to win.
He does.
He did that at Oklahoma too. As much as I hate to say, he did that shit at Tech. He did that at Oklahoma.
The guy's a winner. And what do you think? The Browns gave up on him. The Panthers gave up on him. The Jets he played for. I mean,
the Rams.
Well, you know what? I think the best thing he did was go to the Rams and sit because there was no expectation he was going to start there.
Right.
But he played a few games and did well out there, and then he got his contract. But he's doing great, man. And I like him. He's got swagger, and I was kind of happy. He's pretty honest too. It was personal. That defensive coordinator is the one who cut me on the Panthers, so good on him, man.
Yeah, And he said it was personal for a few of us. This guy used to play for the Jets. And this guy used to play for the
I know.
God
he's
damn.
brutal, man. Collapse-wise, you got to go, how bad are the Cowboys? Holy shit. They're bad. Their defense is horrendous. I mean, really, really, really bad.
They're bad. There was a worse team this week, but they were bad. There was 2 worse teams than them, I think, this week. But they were horrible.
They were.
And the Bears diced them right up the middle.
I know.
Just right in their face, they ran the ball.
Yeah, it was crazy to watch. I'm not used to seeing in the past. You know, obviously, I haven't been a Dallas fan, but they always had a good defense. I mean, that was kind of one of the things. Then they always stayed in games. You never saw them getting like blown out.
They can't cover anybody on the outside. They can't. You're looking at Caleb Williams, who we've seen struggle times with that offensive line.
Yep.
He was 19 for 28 for 298 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Well, because he threw like two bombs that nobody was even close to the receiver.
Not even close, right?
They're bad.
You've got 2 receivers over 60 yards, one of them over 100. They just diced them up, and they just showed the whole league, this is how you beat Dallas.
Dallas can have a long season. I mean, let's be honest, the Giants should have beat them. I mean, to be honest with you. Wow.
Yeah.
Who do you think are worse now? Who are the 2 worst teams?
Okay, number 1, the Texans.
Oh,
Holy
my God,
shit,
they're bad.
They were bad.
They are bad.
Their offense is anemic.
They are bad because Jacksonville's not great, and that was a hard game to watch.
Anemic. The Texans' offense is not going to score points all year this year. They're
I agree.
Horrible.
I agree.
We don't even need to talk about it because the Jacksonville should not have won that game.
No.
The way they played, every other team in the NFL probably beats them.
Yep.
But there was one team besides this team. The Falcons were atrocious.
Falcons are bad.
They were atrocious.
They shouldn't be bad.
They sat Penix. Why?
They pulled him
and still said, "Oh well, the game was out of hand."
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you give your young quarterback reps?
Yeah, you don't. That was just. I don't know. That was a bad. Maybe it's bad coaching, but they have good players, and they just don't. They're 0-3.
They're bad.
They got Bijan there, who should just be running over everybody, just like Saquon. He should be just like Saquon Barkley doing, and they don't use him.
Different body comp. He's more shifty,
but he's a guy you can run, and you should have a better running game. Penix did not look good. He was missing a lot of throws.
God, he missed, and he was late with all his throws. It was bad. They weren't doing anything. I was watching some of that game. I had to turn it off after a while because it was tough. But it wasn't like Carolina was doing anything special. They were lining up in zone coverage and letting 4 to 6 guys rush.
Yeah.
And Penix he just couldn't find it. And then what happens? They put Cousins in and he started moving the ball.
Yeah. Which is there's no reason to do that. You just create more controversy.
They just did. If it was any other backup quarterback, I could see it. But because it's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Because of all the shit that goes around and you bench your guy and put in Cousins, that's a bad look.
That's not a good. I did read where they're now maybe open to moving Cousins. And
well, they need to.
There's a lot of teams that need a quarterback, and he could fit pretty good in there. So we'll say that'd be interesting. That's a story to kind of keep an eye on, see if they do that. Yes. Yeah, overall, I thought the NFL was, Pittsburgh didn't look great. Beat New England. Indy looks good.
But Indy looks really good.
Indy
looks really good.
Good running game. Danny Dimes throwing the ball well. How about, I did predict this one, the Cincinnati collapse with Browning.
God, yeah.
They're bad, man.
I didn't think it'd be 48-0. Well, to Carson Wentz's
Carson Wentz looked good, man.
My God, he looked like a monster. He looked so good. You got to think they're starting to second guess who's going to start.
Carson Wentz looked good, and Mariota looked good for Washington. But he's always been a good. He's not taking over for Jaden Daniels, but he's always been a good quarterback. He's a great backup.
I could see Wentz taking over for McCarthy.
That's a possibility. Wentz looked good, really good.
Like he did not miss.
Yeah.
His stat line is 173, 2 touchdowns, and then the game was so far out of hand they colleged him and put in a backup quarterback.
Yeah. A backup to the backup.
A backup to the backup. He only missed 6 passes.
He looked good and hanging 48, even though Cincinnati's D isn't good. That was Cincinnati is, you know what? Brownie's not the answer. That's a team that has to find a veteran quarterback.
Well, yeah, because he's going to be, I mean, Burrow's out for at least 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Optimistically,
Yeah.
he ripped his plantar fascia.
Yeah.
It could be longer than that. What quarterback would you go get? What quarterback fits that system, though, in your eyes? I mean, Cousins probably doesn't fit that system.
Probably Cousin doesn't. I mean, you know, it's what we talked about, right? You got Russell Wilson's probably going to be available. Cousins is available, I think, if for the right price. I mean, who else is sitting at a backup position out there? I don't know. I mean, you know, some of these guys,
unless it's just unknowns, like Anthony Richardson's still out there, but
oh man, he's not.
Nobody's going to take a flyer on him.
I mean,
Gardner Minshew is out there.
But what about a guy like you know, Mariota? I mean, Jaden Daniels comes back. He's got some games left in him. You know who's still? He got Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo's still out there somewhere.
Yeah. Yep.
He's out at L.A. I think.
Yep.
I think there are some guys out there, but if I'm some of those teams and those guys are not, and they don't seem to be, you know, they seem to be okay with their backup role. I would rather have that strong backup just because every week these guys are going down, man. It's been crazy this year in the NFL. Everybody's hurt.
Yep. And everybody's getting hurt quickly.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
It's like, it's early in games, which is weird, but I don't know. I still think, I mean, if I was to put a pecking order out there, I know you're not, but until somebody beats Philadelphia, they are the best team in the NFL.
I agree. I don't like it. I don't like to see it. And all the Rams had to do was kick a friggin' field goal. Come on, man.
I know.
How can you get it blocked? Jesus. You rarely used to see that stuff. You never used to see blocks, but
Rams should have won that game.
They should have won the game. They played good enough, but I will say this: they were up a lot, and then they didn't do anything, and they let Philly right back in the game. But you know, I will say this: Hurts is a good quarterback. He doesn't throw for a lot of yards, but he makes a lot of stuff happen. And you know what? He the comparison between him and you know, the Ravens dude. Lamar Jackson. I think Hurts honestly has more mobility, and I think he has a little more, you know, being able to get away. I think he does.
Isn't that more mobility?
I think he does, man. Just because he can move around. I mean, Lamar Jackson, he can run the ball.
He's one of the fastest players.
I know, but he just doesn't seem to be getting that. He seems to be getting caught a lot more than he used to.
Well, it's because they're double spying him. They just all night last night. They had 2 spies on him.
All right. I was trying to give Philly some credit here.
I know. But then you said that I'm just not gonna say it again. That's crazy. You're crazy.
Right. I don't like either of those teams. So
so what is the Bunk power rankings right now for your top 5 NFL teams?
Buffalo, Chargers. You got to go Indy. Philadelphia.
At 4? Philly?
No, I'm just saying the top. I'm just saying the 5. No. I'm not putting them in order. No, I'm not putting them in order. Let's see. My 5th team. I guess I would probably still say Green Bay. I know they got beat, but I think that's probably a good thing for them, to be honest with you. I would say those are my top 5 teams.
You said
I don't think Kansas City is not a top 5 team. They look friggin' horrible. They don't look good at all. They look boring, slow, and old.
Yes, which we knew at some point was going to happen.
Yeah, but it's man. You know the thing is, there's some other. I mean, I think the Rams are a good team. I think they're up there. And I don't want to stop at 5, but the Rams I think are good. You know, the San Francisco. There's some good teams out there, and there's some not. There's a pretty wide gap there between good and bad. There's some bad teams that are I don't
For
know.
me, it's Philly, the Bills. I think those are like the clear-cut two best teams in the
Yeah.
NFL right now. I think Green Bay can get there. I think they're pretty fucking loaded. They just need it's those small mental mistakes that killed them against the Browns there, and the Browns won it in the last quarter. Um, but the Green Bay's got to be there for me. After watching that team last night, the Lions are up there for me, and
Lions, yeah.
I know the Ravens have two losses, but the two losses are to the Bills and to the Lions. They got to be up there
The Ravens are
at
always up
somewhere.
there.
The
I know they're
Chargers,
1-2, and they're going to be in the playoffs. I
yes,
mean, we all know
yeah,
it. They're just not.
yeah.
As much as I don't like it, they're going to be in the playoffs.
I think you put Tampa Bay in a conversation of top 6, 7.
I think Tampa. That's what I said. I think there's probably like 8 to 10 teams that are like top teams, and then there's some.
There's some
Just
bottom dwellers, man.
there's some bottom. You know, the Jets are
teams.
bad. I get the Panthers one. They're not good. The Browns, they're not very good. But they have a good defense. They just don't have complete teams. Some of these guys, some of them are okay. I think the Arizona Cardinals are probably okay. But man, there's teams like I gotta say, you and I both like Jacksonville. They are bad, man.
They're horrible.
God dang, they're not going to win a lot of games. I don't. I know they won, but
You know who
they're bad.
you know who the problem is?
Who?
It's Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know. I'm a Trevor
He
Lawrence
takes
guy.
I know that, but he takes forever to figure out who he's going to throw the ball to.
I don't know. I'm still on his fan. I'm still a fan.
I wouldn't be well, okay, new coach. I wouldn't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence gets moved.
He could get
I know
moved.
his contract is massive, but I could see him getting moved.
He could get
So
moved.
I think Liam Cohen.
Okay.
All right, Bunk. Before we go, I know we're getting short on time here. We got to bring up at least some baseball.
No, hey, let's just do a quick. I got to look at this. Ooh, I got a sheet.
Oh, research.
Okay, so we're down to like the last week here.
Like 6 games.
So here's the games starting today. We have the Tigers and the Guardians. And
Huge.
the Guardians are 1 out. And here's the deal. Whoever doesn't win the division could possibly not even make the playoffs, which is just crazy. So that's a huge series. And they moved Scooble up to pitch tonight so he can pitch again Sunday if he needs to. So that's going to be a good one to watch. Red Sox and Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays clinched. Red Sox, though, are still trying to get in the wild card. So I'm curious to see how the Blue Jays handle it. The thing with them is the Yankees are only a couple back, so they can't really let up. Conceivably, they could get caught, and the Yankees play the White Sox, so that's possible. So that's another these are great series that's starting today. Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are, I think, 1 or 2 games back. So they're in it. That's another good one. How about this one? How about the free fall of the Mets? And they play the Cubs. And I got to tell you, the Mets may not make it, man.
If the Arizona's only a game behind the Mets.
It's conceivable the Mets don't, because the Cubs obviously are a good team. And that's just that's crazy, man. And the Mets and the Reds are tied for that last playoff spot right now. Astros and the A's. Astros have made a huge. They've lost. They got swept. But they've got to win too to make it in the playoffs. So they may or may not. Pirates and the Reds
turned it on.
Yeah, Seattle did. Pirates and the Reds. So Reds are right there. We kind of talked about them when the season started. We were hoping they were there. They've got a shot. They've just got to win. But
do they see Skeens?
Yeah,
are they going to see Skeens?
That is the problem. He is supposed to take the mound tomorrow, so that's going to be a tough one.
He's supposed to, but is Pittsburgh going to put him out there, or do they shut him down? That's going to be the question.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Because Pittsburgh has they have
nothing to play for. Yeah,
nothing to play for.
I agree. But man, what a great series! And the White Sox play the Yankees. The Yankees, they're up. They're going to make the playoffs, but they're trying to win the division. And then the Mariners, who right now are in first place, they play the Rockies. So you got
hottest team in baseball,
playing the worst team in baseball.
Hottest team in baseball over the last 10.
I know.
They're 9-1. Them and Cleveland are both 9-1.
Yeah, and Cleveland's did. So great series. There's a lot of cool tiebreakers and stuff that'll happen. Who's up and who's not on the tiebreakers, but it's really going to depend on these 3 games that start tonight for all these teams. Kind of see, I think it's going to clear out, but it's a great coming down the stretch on the baseball.
As much as I love the Tampa Bay Rays, and I watch them every day, I will not be watching tonight's game against Baltimore because I am going to watch that Cleveland and Detroit game.
The Cleveland-Detroit game
that is the series of the week.
That is. That one, and I want to watch the Reds and the Pirates. I'll probably keep an eye on the score on that one. I think when Skeens isn't on the mound, I don't think the Pirates have much of a shot. So maybe that's more of a tomorrow night watch and see how they do. But some big games. Wins, loses. Some of these they're going to determine who's in, who's out.
Well, if the Mets don't make the playoffs after the middle of the season they had, that's one of the biggest collapses I've seen in a very, very long time.
Well, that would be big, but I got to tell you, Detroit was up 15.5 about.
They were way up. They were 10 up.
Remember, we were saying that, okay, they've won the division, now who's in? And they could potentially, it's whoever wins that series this week. That's just crazy.
They've lost 6 in a row.
It is unbelievable that they have fallen that far behind. They're up by 1 game right now. So that's going to be a good one to watch.
Absolutely. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. And then we'll be back Friday, Saturday with next week's.
We'll be up back.
Friday, Saturday.
Friday. Saturday. Some huge college football games to preview this week.
Absolutely.
So, and we'll have a better picture of the baseball.
Oh, we'll know. Yeah, we'll kind of know where they're at. Because let's see. Yes, we will.
They'll be at 3 games left after that.
Nice. All right, Pick.
All right, Bunk.
What else you got?
All right. That's it. That's all I got.
It is. All right. Hey, I'm going to do my call out for Mathew McConaughey. Number 10, I think it is. 9, 10. One of those. So I see him. Hey, I see him everywhere on social media. Everything I open up, he's on there. He's got movies coming out. He's over here. He's over there. He needs to be right here. I think we got our technical difficulties figured out, Mr. McConaughey. And
we'll figure that. We'll see tonight.
We'll see.
We'll see tonight.
We'll see. Anybody out there that is a personal friend of Mr. McConaughey, please let him know we are looking for him. We're paging him now. Come to the podcast.
Yeah. Come on, Maddie.
Come on, Maddie.
We have fun. We have fun. We talk about Arch Manning.
He'd love it. And we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about the Verdes. We'll talk tequila. We'll talk whatever you want, brother.
Which the Verdes are going to make the playoffs, my friend.
I know. I saw that. I like it.
Yep.
All right, Pick. Let's roll it out of here with our famous saying. I don't know. What is it? Oh, boy.
Oh,
man.
Right. We might not be doing much, but we are always
rolling balls.
It's the Bunk and Pick podcast.